Yo, welcome back to another Sniper Aya video, but except I have a new strat. I'll bring up the strat when it comes up, but for now, if I end up refining the strat, it could possibly take care of Aya's weakness late game. I got this idea from watching Skaz's solo tournament. Massive congrats to Homecoming for winning. He definitely earned it, but he doesn't have to hear that from me. Not that he will, I don't think. But the person I was really going for was Magnus Ape. After watching his play, I was a huge fan of the fact that he would just stick with Magnus no matter what. I'm a big fan of character loyalty, which is why I play Aya a lot. But anyways, I went on a whole tangent there, didn't I? It's time for the game.
The experiment will now begin.
So my strat doesn't come into play until late game. I mean, that might have been obvious since I did say that the strat would remedy the fact that Aya was weak late game. But as I said, I'll explain it whenever I get there.
Time out! What could be inside? Let's open this. Wow, there's lots of nice houses here. What can I use stones for? What could be inside? Let's hurry and make something else. Let's hurry and make something else. Is a happy home more about the house or the people inside? It feels like my stomach is turning. I've never explored a factory
Always,
before.
my biggest concern when teleporting to factory is getting the chalk and the battery that I need to build my weapon. If I don't get my weapon,
hurry
I'm
and
totally
make something
useless,
else.
which has happened way too many times for me to count.
Ha! I even look stronger now. Awesome! Now this is good. What kinds of things were they making here?
The air supply will be dropped within the next minute.
To eat inside.
I juggle my items here a lot. I shouldn't do that, like, at all. I dropped my lighter, but in reality, I really should have just dropped my whiskey bonbons. I have them in case I get into a fight, but it doesn't seem that there's much activity here right now, so...
What kinds of things were they making here?
A survivor has been eliminated. A survivor has been eliminated.
Will there be anything to eat inside? Aim. Fire. I've never explored a factory before.
A new area has been restricted.
It's not even a gift to me. Why am I getting excited? Not too bad. Awesome! Now this is good. Blam, blam.
So this is a pretty slow start.
If I pray, will it be answered? Aim. Take a deep breath. Fire! Will there be anything to eat inside? I kind of want to show this off. Will there be anything to eat inside? Sometimes I pray for everything to go back to how it was.
The air supply will be dropped within the next minute.
What could be inside? Not too bad. What could be inside? Aim. Take a deep breath. Fire. Sorry, but I have no other choice. Bang, bang. Sorry, but I have no other choice.
A survivor has been eliminated.
Sometimes I pray for everything to go.
A new area has been restricted.
It's like getting a delivery. It's been a while since I last strolled in a forest. Aim. Take a deep breath. Fire!
At this point, we're both thinking that we really need a fight right now. It's been too long without a fight, and we're not going to get stronger without one.
A survivor has been eliminated.
Aim. Take a deep breath. Fire! Wait!
A survivor has been eliminated. A survivor has been eliminated.
Rest in peace. Bang, bang!
Pierre's squad in the next match.
It's been a while since I last strolled in the forest.
Focus.
A survivor has been eliminated. A survivor has been eliminated. There are only 10 survivors remaining. A new area has been restricted.
And that's why I wanted to fight, to finish my build.
Lost.
The reason why I was so trigger happy with those guys in Forest, that team beat us last game, so consider it revenge.
To think I had this kind of talent. Incredible. The others don't stand a chance. This feels wrong, but it's been a while since I last strolled in a forest. This feels wrong, but it's been a while since I last strolled in a forest. Will there be anything to eat inside? Rest in peace. I feel like I should go in and listen to classes again.
The air supply will be dropped within the next minute.
I'll take my chances.
Aim. Fire. I'm out. Spiraling away now.
Someone is consecutively eliminating survivors. Someone is consecutively eliminating survivors.
Oh. Will there be anything to eat inside? Rest in peace. I only really remember failing PE. I'll duck into the presidential suite and hide.
A new area has been restricted.
Aim. Fire! Wait! Firing away now!
We don't talk about how bad my movement there was.
I can still fight!
Someone is dominating Lumia Island.
So here's where the strat comes
Duck
in.
into the presidential
Now that it's
suite.
late game, my basic attacks are not going to be as useful as they were before. So you see that I pick up some items from them. So now my build went from crit chance to skill amp. Both builds are good, don't get me wrong. But my build is only good early. Late game, skill amp is more useful because of my W. My W can shred someone to half health and let my friend Yuki finish them off. This also, in turn, gets me a little bit more health than before.
For
Unless I
justice.
read everything wrong.
I'll
Which
use
is
this
probably
well.
the case, but whatever.
If it wasn't for
I
this
keep the
test,
radar
I
just in
would've
case I
let
want the
you stay here
benefits
for a
from it.
while.
Now that there is a lot of downtime, it is time for fight analysis. There isn't much to see here, we caught them off guard, so honestly the fight was basically ours. My friend Goose runs back because he thinks that the Yuki has stuff for him, so he leaves me to finish off the Emma. This girl takes my kill, which is rude, so out of my gamer anger and frustration, I start poking her as she's looting. Then her Jackie friend comes in, and my gamer anger turns into gamer fear. I remember that Goose doesn't have his ult, which means I have to use my ult this fight, and thankfully I dodged the Lennox's ult. After the ult, I focus Jackie because she has her ult out, and she's also double swords, which means that she can one-shot me pretty much.
This is a little
So we
tiring.
finish off the Lennox, and thankfully my friend Goose doesn't go down. And I take this ISOL head on because there's a good chance he backs away from me as soon as I start attacking him. And then Jackie uses a reflect, which tells me it's a good time to start poking her.
People's houses like this.
I dash away from my teammate because I don't want to stun him, but he ended up dashing away from me anyways, so I just lose time and damage there. If I played it correctly, I could have done the ISOL, and that fight would have totally been ours. So the main reason we won this was because Jackie was focused by the both of us, and Shukai wanted to solo ult. If he waited to get both of us in his ult, he might have won just off of that.
At the house.
And lastly here, we won because they didn't have many items. At least the Sylvia did. The Aya had her items, which was good for me because I get to steal them and go along with my strat. Alright, back to the video.
Can animals sense the difference between good and evil? Pity these poor animals. Can I possibly call a police boat from here? Let's open this.
Focus.
What could be inside? Pew, pew.
This way.
If my intuition is right, there's going to be something great in it. What could be inside?
The air supply will be dropped within the next minute.
Will there be anything to eat inside? If I set a fire here, Will they be able to see it from outside? What could be inside? My intuition is right. There's going to be something great in it. Wow, there's lots of nice houses here.
A new area has been restricted.
Pew pew! Pity these poor animals. Is a happy home more about the house or the people inside? It's like getting a delivery.
A survivor has been eliminated. There are only 5 survivors remaining now.
Or the people inside.
The air supply will be dropped within the next minute.
Aim. Take a deep breath. Fire! Blam, blam! Maybe I'll grill some fish. It's been a while since I've had it. If my intuition is right, there's going to be something great in it.
Since we spent the last however long in the other 2 areas, we assumed that the last 2 teams would be in factory, so we wait here.
A new area has been restricted.
Could I possibly call a police boat from here?
This way.
Bang, bang! No! Blam, blam!
I won't let it get messy. This way.
Possibly call a police boat from here. Wait! Freeze!
Take my chances.
Bang, bang! Try running away now. Blam, blam!
A survivor has been eliminated.
Right, that fight was pretty crazy. If that Yuki didn't come
Someone
in,
is
we would have been in a
dominating Lumia
pickle.
Island. 3 final survivors remaining.
Maybe I'll grill some fish. It's been a while since I've had it. Do animals sense the difference between good and evil?
It was around now where I think that my strat wasn't gonna go well, because I didn't do that much damage in that fight. That fight was somewhat weak for me, but it's not like I would know how much damage I do if I kept my old build, so...
Is a happy home more about the house or the people inside? It's like getting a delivery. What could be inside?
The last restricted area will be designated within the next minute.
It's
The security
awkward to
console
park
proximity area has been set as a safe zone temporarily.
He's just standing there, menacingly.
Aim.
Take my
Deep
chances.
breath. Fire.
I messed that up. I should have waited for my friend Goose to attack first. Back in position.
Blam, blam. This'll hurt a bit.
Take my chances.
Now this is where I realized that I did the right choice. I missed half of my shots, but I still took down half of his health with my abilities. That just gives me new hope for this strat.
Is a happy home more about the
The
happy
last restricted area has been designated. This is constant proximity area has been set as a safe zone temporarily. The temporary safe zone will be deactivated within the next minute.
And just like that,
Please
the
move
21-minute game is done. God, that took a long
All the bad
time.
guys have been taken
Anyways,
care of.
as per usual, if you want to say anything to me, or if you have anything to comment about on my new strat, leave it in the comments. It might not be a new strat, but I still think it's pretty creative, knowing that I'm not normally a creative guy. Anyways, thanks for watching, and I will see you.